does it go, huh? Hello, my name is Seamus, and welcome to the Cat Golf Show. Now, you may notice something immediately different about this episode compared to, I don't know, the numerous other episodes that I've uploaded to this channel, and that's probably going to be the noise. So I'm out here on my deck. It is a beautiful, crisp 70 degrees today, which inspired me to come outside, actually. It's because the weather. I wanted to talk about like the seasons changing and all that stuff. So yeah, this is going to be the ambient sound episode because it's just going to be so much fucking noise. There's animals chirping, there's cicadas chirping, there's birds chirping, there's fucking road noise because I'm on a busy ass street. There may be sirens, there may be loud Spanish music that plays at some point. There's going to be tiles churning up gravel. There's going to be a lot of sounds that you hear, and I apologize in advance for the sounds that you're going to hear throughout this episode. Though it may be peaceful to some of you, it may be calming to some of you. The gain on my microphone can only go so low, and I may end up shouting at some points just because I feel like the noise level is going to be quite bad, but it's fine. You know, we're going to work with it. We're going to do what we have to do. So, yeah, I did the thing. If you see my latest video, then you've seen that, yes, I did indeed get my ears pierced. I went on a whim. It had been bugging me for the past, last week. I said, fuck it. I'm just going to do it. I've been looking up places the whole week to try to find a good one. A lot of the places had bad reviews and around my area, and I was kind of concerned. I didn't want to go to a place that was going to give me a fucking infection or some shit. So I was like, you know, let me just find the best one. So I found one that was really good, had good reviews. I went on a Sunday night. It was like 5 p.m. and I called beforehand because I wanted to make sure that the person who was doing the piercings was still going to be there. They closed at like 5:30 or something, and I was like, yo, I'm going to come in. Or is the person who does the piercings still there? And he was like, yeah, if you come in right away, they'll be there. Though they're leaving at like right at 5, they're leaving. So I was like, okay, I got this. So I showed up at 4:45. I went to the wrong location because they have 2 locations. I went to the wrong location, and I pulled up, and I was like, yo, I'm here. And they were like, oh, the person just left. You just missed them. And I was like, fuck. And they were like, wait, what do you want to get done? And I was like, just my lobes. And they were like, oh, okay, we think we might have someone. So someone came out of the back and were like, yeah, we'll get you done. She was super nice, super sweet, talked me through it, went on the count of 3, you know, and it was fine. Like I was pretty nervous. My heart was pounding out of my chest. I was standing there filling out the consent form. It was digital, like on my phone, and I was fucking shaking. I was gyrating as I filled it out. But yeah, it was fine. It was totally fine. The first one was this one. This didn't hurt pretty much at all. And then this one hurt a little bit more just because she was like, yeah, your adrenaline probably is like worn off a little bit at this point. Because the first one didn't hurt, so I was like, oh, okay, my body chilled out. But yeah, it was fine overall. She said it was a 3 out of 10 pain. I'd probably say 2 or 3 out of 10. Yeah, not painful at all. Not really that painful at all. So, if you're like me and you're nervous to get your ears pierced, take it from someone who just did it. It doesn't hurt that bad at all. It's like the most mild pain. It's literally just a pinch. It pinches and then it's done. Very short-lived pain. And I haven't had any issues with them. I've been cleaning them every day regularly, and they've been fine. They've been totally fine. Y'all remember Snoopavision? This I was gonna start this episode with a bit about that originally, and then I just didn't for whatever reason. So I think it was I can't even remember the year it was. It might have been 2014, 2013 for April Fools, because April Fools for a while Google did like an April Fools prank, and Snoop Dogg was in on one, and it was like they implemented a feature in YouTube where you could smell the video. That was in relation to the sound that you can hear, obviously the ambient noise. It was like a joke that I was going to connect to the noise that you can hear in this video, but it didn't work out. And my brothers and I all thought it was real. We were like, oh my god, we want to smell it. So we leaned into our screen and sniffed it, and it was completely fake, and it was just really funny. It's weird to think that maybe one day that might be a thing, you know, right? Is it so far-fetched to think that technology will advance to the point where they can have, like, I don't know, machines that dispense smells depending on what you're watching? So if you're watching a movie that like has a scene that's in a movie theater, maybe like the machine dispenses the smell of butter and popcorn. It would have to be programmed for each film. Obviously, each individual like show or movie that you're watching will have to be programmed with the smells for that show or movie. Probably wouldn't be worth it, to be honest, but I'm sure AI in the future could help with that as well, like detecting what's on screen and then dispensing the smell based on what's on screen. You could probably hear the cicadas, which is so funny because for years I stopped hearing them. Like they're not every year. I'm pretty sure they don't come out every single year. There's years in between that they're like hibernating or whatever, that they haven't, like, the next batch of them hasn't hatched. From what I read about it, I didn't think that this year was one of the years that they were supposed to hatch, because I started hearing them pretty late in the summer, and I was like, wait, I didn't think this year was a year that they were going to hatch. I thought it was like a couple years from now, but I don't know. I remember being a kid and hearing them almost every year, if I'm not mistaken. Like when I was a kid, we had a lot of trees in our backyard, and every year, I'm pretty sure every summer, we heard the cicadas. And we actually saw a couple on our like play set that we had outside, like our little playhouse. We found a couple of the shells, like they've molted, I guess, and they came out of their shells, and We thought that was the creepiest thing. It literally looked like Ninjask, the Pokemon. My Pokemon fans will definitely know what I'm talking about when I say that. But it's super cool Pokemon. I actually love Ninjask, but that's besides the point. So yeah, the change of seasons is what brought me out here. The weather has been really cool recently. Cool as in like temperature-wise, not cool as in, dope. But it has been dope because it's been, not as hot. So I've been able to unplug my AC. My electric bill was like fucking $300 last month because it was so expensive. I had the AC running the whole day. So I've not had to do that because it's been cooler out, which is good. But also, when I get out in the morning, when I wake up in the morning and I go to the gym, because I go to the gym very early, it's like 50 degrees outside, so it's pretty cold. And I'm like, I stepped outside the first morning of last week or whatever, and I was shivered. And I was like, damn, the summer is really ending. It's really coming to an end. And that just makes me so sad. I've never done well with the change of seasons, and everyone looks at me when I'm crazy when I say that I don't like fall either. I don't like winter. I hate winter. Like, that winter is the worst season by far. I will never be a winter fan at all. But like, fall is okay, but it's also, it makes me just as triggered. Like, the fact that the warm weather is ending sort of, it does something to my mental health. And with my depression being as bad as it's been recently, I just have a really bad feeling this entire winter is going to be fully by myself. And I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit scared. I don't know what's in store. Like I said, my mental has been really, really up and down recently, so I'm a little bit freaked out about how I'm going to deal with it. I was literally thinking about packing up and moving somewhere warm for the entire winter this year with my cat, and I don't know. It doesn't logistically make sense because I'm going to have to move relatively, I don't want to say soon because that may elevate the deadline, but relatively in the upcoming future, I'm going to have to move at some point because, like I said, my landlord is looking to sell this building in the foreseeable future, so that will inevitably leave me looking for a new place. So I was like, maybe I take advantage of that and move completely to the opposite side of the country, which doesn't sound like a smart idea considering that I would be completely by myself, and I'm already completely by myself, and in a new place, which I don't do well in completely new environments necessarily. So I don't know that I would thrive necessarily, besides enjoying the very nice weather, which would definitely be nice, where I would hypothetically move, were I to pack up my things and move across the country. Yeah, fall is, people look at me like I'm crazy when I say that I don't like fall. Like, I don't hate I don't hate fall. I don't dislike fall necessarily, but it evokes such a visceral reaction in me from when I was a kid. Obviously, going back to school, I've been out of school for years now, for like 3 years now. So it's like, it feels longer than it is, I guess, technically. Like, because 3 years is not that long of a time, but it also is a very long time. Like, I have not had to go back to school in that time, obviously. So, but every fall, I see the school buses. I like my friends who are still in college. I hear them talk about it, and it like triggers me. It just does something to me. I'm like, I just don't want to, I'd never have to go to school again, technically. And I don't think that I ever will, to be honest. I just had a thought the other day. I was like, maybe I could be a teacher, like a professor, a college professor. And then I was like, oh, you got to get a master's degree for that. Hell no. Or like maybe a high school teacher. But it's like, still, I'd need more schooling for that. And I'm just like, I don't think that I could do it. I wish that there was schools that you could just go and do one thing. If I went back to school now, I would have to probably do a whole bunch of gen eds and a whole bunch of other shit that I don't want to do again. And I like couldn't go back to school for that reason. But if it was like, there's a college that offers a program specifically like teaching or whatever for this example, you can just take those classes, get the certificate or whatever that you need, graduate, and bam, you could teach. Like, I would consider that more than going back to like a 4-year university, starting basically all over again and needing to do my gen eds and all that dumb shit again, take another language again and all that stuff. It's just very annoying. It deters me from wanting to do that, to continue getting my education. It seems like the trend these days is to just get more and more education, like masters, PhDs, all this shit. I'm just like, I don't want that. I have no desire to do that. My career, what I want to do with my life doesn't require that I have those things. So I'm like, why even do it if I'm not required to? Yeah, but fall, man. I don't know. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful season. I like the leaves changing, and the leaves are starting to change around here a little bit. And it fills me with a wistfulness that is reticent of the earlier days of my life, when I would take it a lot harder when the seasons changed. I guess I don't have to freak out technically until it starts getting like freezing cold for winter time. I mean, I am a big fan of Halloween. I'm a big Halloween proprietor, despite never having celebrated it growing up, which is a punishable offense, I am told, for your parents. But yeah, I do like Halloween, so I'm looking forward to that. October is probably my favorite month of the year, just because the vibes are cool. I like October vibes. But the minute it turns November, the minute the weather starts getting really cold, the winter sets in, it's I don't know how people cope with it. You know, it's difficult for me, and I wish I had better ways to cope with it. People say, like, do those sun lamps or whatever that mimic the sunlight, because for a lot of people it's the difference in the time of day. Like, the sun sets basically at like 4 p.m. where I'm at during the winter time, and it's so difficult to function with that. Part of the reason why I like summer so long is because the day lasts longer. Like, I go to bed pretty early, so when I go to bed the sun is still up. Recently, the sun has been going down by the time I go to bed, which is really sad because that just reinforces that fall is coming, and it forces a shiver. Yeah, it's the time of day, so there's lamps that like mimic sunlight or whatever that are supposed to help you. Apparently, people with like seasonal affective disorder, which I definitely have, but I've never really been a big fan of that because it's like, yeah, the sun setting early does affect me, but at the same time, I don't know that me looking at a lamp or like feeling the warmth of a lamp is going to do much in terms of helping abate the feelings that I have towards wintertime in the colder months, just because it's like I can have that sunlight on me, sure, and that's nice and warm, whatever, but I still go outside and it's still like negative whatever outside, and it's still snow on the ground, and the sky has that like blue tinge to it. Everything has a blue tinge to it. And I wonder if I describe this, would people be able to know? Like, the different seasons have different, the sun looks different in the different seasons. Like, in the summertime, the sun is very yellow and bright. Everything is sort of look almost overexposed. In the wintertime, there's more of a blue tinge to everything. And it's not in my brain. I am not imagining it. I swear to you. There's like a very distinct look between the seasons when the sunlight is generally like in the vicinity, whatever you want to say. There's a very distinct look. Just keep your eye out for it next time. These seasons, when they're changing, keep your eye out on how the sunlight looks and makes everything around you look, the scenery, because it does look different. Trust me. I'm not crazy, but I am crazy, but I'm not crazy in that when it comes to that. Trust me. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say this episode. It's not going to be another one of those. It's not going to be another one of those episodes where I go on like 30 tangents before I wrap up what I want to say. Oh, but I did want to go on one tangent.
Liar.
I've been rewatching New Girl, which I may have mentioned in the previous video. I don't know that I have. I was a few nights ago, I went on a walk, I came back, and I was pretty sad, and I was like, okay. I was listening to my sad playlist, of course, because I got sad midway through the walk, and I was like, fuck it, let me listen to my sad playlist. I haven't listened to this in a while, so I got home, I went upstairs, sat on my couch, looked out the window, watched the traffic as the sun was setting, and was listening to my sad music, and I was like, bro, I want to cry so bad, but I couldn't do it. So then I pulled up, like, New Girl compilation of Nick and Jess, like, kissing and, like, being a couple. And that almost made me cry too. That really almost sent me. Like, if you guys have seen that show, you know that their first kiss, like Nick and Jess's first kiss, is one of the best, if not the best, on-screen kiss of any couple I've ever seen. And they're not even, like, together in any capacity, really, in real life, which is insane. The chemistry that those two have it needs to be studied, because how do you write characters? How do you get actors to portray the passion, that raw passion and love, so authentically in a TV show that came out in 2011. But yeah, their first kiss, it's just, I watch it and I get chills, and I'm like, damn, I want that. I know the girls usually go crazy for that stuff, but yeah, I watch it and I go crazy for it too, because I'm just like, the passion that Nick kisses Jess in that moment with. I just love the whole scene. Is like, it's so beautiful and so like very intimate, because she's about to walk away and he grabs her arm and he pulls her in and he kisses her, and it's beautiful and it's sexy and it's lustful, and I love it. Love it. But yeah, I've been rewatching New Girl. I'm on season 6 now. I'm getting through it pretty quickly. It must have been like what? It's been like 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks since I've started rewatching it, and I'm almost finished with it already. I just can't bring myself to watch new shows recently, or new anything pretty much. There's a couple movies that I want to watch and shows that I want to watch that I just can't bring myself to watch for whatever reason. The newest show that I watched was English Teacher, if you guys know that show, that came out late last year, I think. Good show, really, really funny. And actually, I really liked that show because it sort of had the New Girl vibe to it. Like, the characters would talk, but a lot of it felt almost unscripted, like improvised. And it was so funny. The dynamics between the characters was so funny. The timing was so funny. Really good show. They're actually making season 2. I think they're filming it now, if they've not already finished filming it. So I'm excited for that to come out too. But yeah, I've been rewatching New Girl, and I'm almost through that. And when that's done, I don't know what I'm going to do, because that's sort of been just like my entertainment recently. I've not been watching, like, I've been in a YouTube drought recently. I've not really found much YouTube content that has been tickling my fancy. I like to listen to it while I'm playing Donkey Kong. In the background, I like to have like something that I don't need to watch in the background, just while I'm playing my game, just to distract me, I guess, a little bit. Maybe that's the my Subway Surfer. That's my Subway Surfer that plays while I'm playing Donkey Kong. But yeah, so that's besides my piercings, besides that kind of stuff, nothing much is going on. I was concerned about having a topic to actually talk about this week, because I was like, I don't know what the fuck to talk about. I don't really have anything to talk about, but of course, as always, I find ways to yap about what have you. I've been thinking a lot about getting a new microphone, because obviously this microphone, it is great for what it's worth. I remember I got this in, I think it was 2017 or 2018. No, it was 2017 when I was on a different YouTube channel, and I was like, I want to get a professional mic that sounds good. And it sounds good, but at the same time, I realized the flaws in having a mic that is just USB and it doesn't connect via XLR cords and to an interface that you can manually adjust all the settings and stuff. So I'm thinking about investing in that. I'm also trying to get a new iPhone too, and it's like, that's a pain in the ass. Let me just go on another rant about this. I said I wasn't going to do this, and of course I'm fucking doing it. I've been looking at getting a new iPhone. I currently have an iPhone 11. The battery is shot. It's at critical. I think the battery is at maybe 30%. I unplug it in the morning and I watch it tick down from 100 slowly. Sometimes it's not even at 100, but yeah, it's cooked. I've had it since 2019. No, since 2021. So it's not. I've not had it for too long, but it's used up. It's been used up. And when I got it, that wasn't even the newest iPhone when I got it. I think because when I got it, I'm pretty sure it was 20. Yeah, it was 2021 when I got it. Which is funny enough. I got it on January 6th, so 2021. Insurrection Day. So yeah, that's so funny. But I was unboxing it as they were fucking the news reporters were reporting on the rioters raiding the Capitol, which is insane. But yeah, the iPhone 11 wasn't even the newest iPhone when I got it at that time. I think it was probably we were on to the 13 maybe at that point. So I was a few generations behind regardless, or maybe 1 or 2 generations behind regardless. So yeah, it's time for an upgrade. I don't want to buy a new one though, because it's so expensive. On the Apple website, they have the 16 Pro, which is what I was looking at, and it's because I don't need a Pro Max. I don't want a bigger screen. I don't need anything to distract me more. So I'm I don't have a Pro model of the 11. I just have the base 11 with the 2 cameras. I want the better cameras on the Pro models, but I don't want the bigger screen size of the Pro Max model. So I'm good middle ground would be just to get the Pro. So I have the extra camera, the better camera quality, whatever, the better chip, whatever. But it's just so expensive. And I'm okay, so let me try to find a used one. I was looking for a used 15. They don't exist. I was looking for a used 14. They don't exist. I don't want to go all the way back to 13. Because that's too old at this point, and that's going to put me in a similar situation that I was in with this phone, where it only lasts me a couple years. So, yeah, I'm trying to get a newer model. I'm trying to get the 15. The ideal one for me right now will probably be a 15 Pro, since it's newer, but it's not the newest one. It's cheaper than the newest one, but I did find a listing on eBay for it that is decently priced. But I'm just so sketched out because it's the box is open. You can see the phone. The pictures are not stock. Most of the photos on eBay for iPhone listings, especially if they're used or open box, are just stock photos, which is so annoying to me. I feel you should be required to show the physical item that you have, but it's all these mass resellers who are listing their products, and it's super sketchy. So, but yeah, there's this one list, literally the only listing that I found that is not a stock image of the phone. I was messaging the guy. He was getting weirded out by my questions because I'm there's just little things that I'm skeptical about. I'm paying $800 for this phone, basically $900 probably with tax for this phone. I want to make sure that I'm getting a legitimate iPhone. Okay, super sketched out about it. I just don't know. I don't know what to do. I want to get a white one, which is the only time in my life that I've wanted to get a white tech device, because I'm switching it up. I like to get things that I don't usually get. My iPhone now is yellow, and I would have never in a million years gotten the yellow one. I probably would have gotten the purple or the green one. But I was I want to do something. I want to get the one that I wouldn't usually get, because I don't see a lot of people with the yellow one. So I got the yellow one. And of course, not many people had that one around me, that is. So now I'm saying, okay, not many people have the white one. A lot of people go for the purple one. A lot of people go for the titanium one, the black one. So I'm I'm going to go get the color that I wouldn't usually get, the white one. I went on Back Market. They don't have it. It's sold out for the premium condition. And getting refurbished is a whole other story, because I'm there's no guarantees that the one I get is going to actually be premium quality, and you're paying premium prices. So it's $800 for a premium refurbished iPhone that some of the reviews were saying, okay, the battery wasn't right. The screen was a fake Chinese screen. The battery didn't charge right. It didn't turn on, the pixels were dead, it scratched, all this other stuff that I'm I don't feel like dealing with that. So I'm about to give in and fucking buy a brand new iPhone 16 Pro, because trying to get a refurbished one is difficult. I'm not trying to be environmentally conscious, I'm trying to be monetarily conscious, and everything is in my way, and it's very difficult, and it's very annoying to me. It's very frustrating, because I I want to get a new phone, man. I've been wanting to get a new one so desperately badly for basically this entire year. I was supposed to get one on my birthday. My siblings promised to buy me one, and lo and behold, they didn't actually fucking do it, which I knew they wouldn't. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. I keep saying that, but yeah, it's difficult for me. So maybe you'll know when you'll know when the quality of these videos goes up that I've gotten my new phone finally. But yeah, I might end up biting the bullet and paying fucking upwards of $1,000 to get a goddamn new iPhone 16 Pro, bro. And the newest one, the 17, is gonna come out next month, and you know what's the point? But I don't want to be at the cusp of the technology stuff. Like I don't want to have the latest gear. Like that's never been a desire of mine. Besides when it comes to like the Switch, because obviously I'm a Nintendo fan, so I'm gonna buy the newest stuff. But for Nintendo, but like when it comes to PCs, when it comes to most consoles, when it comes to phones, when it comes to headphones, all that stuff, I don't really care about being at the cutting edge of it. I don't care about having the newest one. I don't have friends to show off the newest stuff too, and I don't really want to. Like that's just not my personality. But thank you so much for watching the Cat Golf Show. I greatly appreciate the likes, the support. As I said, I'm trying to branch out I'm thinking about branching out into the shorts ecosystem just to grow my channel a little bit. The more time I spend in my current job, the more I realize how soul sucking and how soul crushing it is for me, and how much I don't want to have I don't want to work a standard 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. So if you guys supporting me can make that happen, can fulfill my dreams of not having a boss over my head for the rest of my life, I'd really appreciate it. So please leave a like, please leave a comment. Let me know what you want me to talk about. If there's any topics that you guys want me to cover specifically, I am always open to requests. Not that anyone has left me a request, but yeah, thank you so much for watching the Cat Golf Show, guys. As always, take care.